welcome to my session, New Audience Engagement, Digital Trends and Strategies. My name is Sophie Garzon-Lapierre. I'm Head of Business Development and Marketing at EasyConnect. And today I'm going to show you some examples and give you some insights on how performing arts organizations across the US and Europe use digital tools to retain their audiences and engage to new audiences and younger audiences. To give you a short background, at EasyConnect, we are working with organizations to support them in lowering barriers for entry, re-engaging audiences, reaching out to new audiences with a very data-focused approach. And we're doing new digital tools such as next-gen apps to have new ways to communicate and engage with their audiences.
Getting tickets to the Metropolitan Opera is now easier than ever with the new Met Opera app. You can even enter our Rush Ticket Lottery, which offers great orchestra seats at only $25. Just download the app to your phone, choose a performance, pick your seats, and get ready for an unforgettable night at the opera. Download the app today, and we'll see you at the Met.
So this is the new Met Opera app, which we launched exactly 1 week ago. And for all of you who already want to download it and don't have a US App Store account, I have to disappoint you because at the moment it's only available in the US with an US App Store account, but hopefully it will be soon worldwide available. And I want to talk with you about why did the Met decide to do an app? But first, let me expand a bit. The couch. The couch is the enemy, but not just the couch. Performing arts organizations and classical music and all our cultural offerings and events are competing in a global entertainment market with Netflix, with leisure time activities such as meeting friends, going to a dinner, laying on the couch, etc., etc. And we all know, and especially you know, how hard it is to fill the halls, sell tickets, and attract audiences to go to these amazing offerings you are all offering. But the good news is classical music is everywhere. We know it from movies like Harry Potter. We know it from Netflix, from the Succession series. We know it from commercials. And everyone knows classical music. We're surrounded by classical music all the time. And there are so many studies on how classical music benefits our behavior. For example, if you play classical music, if you play Mozart to children, they get calmer. If you listen to classical music when you're studying or learning, you get more focused. So how can we ensure that classical music is visible and stays relevant, and bring it into the life, into the everyday life of the people? There is another competitor when it comes to our time and attention spent, our smartphone. It is our most precious treasure. Imagine giving your smartphone to the person next to you. It would be a stretch because our whole life is on it, everything. We do our banking accounts from our smartphone. We buy flight tickets, we purchase wardrobe, we work from our smartphones, we date on our smartphones. So it's a very private thing. But why can't we make a virtue out of necessity and make sure that we bring arts and culture also to the people where they spend most of the time, on the screens of their smartphones? So how can we use digital tools to bring people to in-hall events? And that's why more and more cultural organizations are bringing their offerings directly to the smartphones and are there where their customers spend most of the time. Make it as easy accessible to buy tickets and bring friends along. So meet your audience where they are and provide them with the right message at the right moment, because you have so many opportunities, for example, writing push notifications, sending alerts, etc. We know it all. So we can also do this with cultural offerings. And this helps to reach the new audiences, but also strengthen the customer loyalty. And now, back to the Met. So, the Metropolitan Opera had a rush ticket scheme for many, many years. Probably many of you know it. You could buy discounted tickets for a same-day performance at noon at the box office at Lincoln Center. So what happened? The queue around Lincoln Center was very, very long because all the people were queuing up. B, there were often the same people because only certain people have time to be at noon at the box office at Lincoln Center. And three, the Met didn't know anything about the customers because they had no data. They bought the tickets and then left. So the main goal of the Metropolitan Opera was to make the rush ticket program more accessible to a broader audience. So they decided to digitize the Rush program, and we created and developed with them the Rush ticket lottery mechanism. And now you can enter the lottery 2 weeks before an event, and 12 hours before the show, you get a push notification or an email if you won the lottery or not. If you didn't win, there is a second draw where you have the chance to win. And if you are a loser, then you still have the possibility to purchase full price tickets, have access to special offerings, exclusive discounts, etc., etc. But the most important thing for the Met Opera is that they now are there where the people are on their mobile device, and their offerings appear on the mobile device. I give you another example on how to, because the Metropolitan Opera is, with the Rush Ticket Lottery program, very focused on engaging new audiences, reaching a broader audience. Here are two other examples, one from the US and one from Berlin. In retaining audiences, the one is the Hiptix app from Roundabout Theatre Company in New York. They have, the Hiptix is a young professional program for everyone under 40 years. And this is also very interesting because on our experience, young professional programs are much more common than in the German-speaking market because we are focusing here a lot on under 30 ones, under 27 ones, students, etc., etc. And then on the other hand, on people who are over 50 with the subscription schemes and everything. But there is a big gap in between with the people from 30 to 50. And Hiptix and the Roundabout Theatre try to reach them and target them. And they have this program also since several years. They had it on the website and also showing your ID at the box office and then getting the discounted tickets. But they decided to move it to mobile only. And why did they do that? The main goal of Gabe Johnson, he's the director of sales and analytics from the Roundabout Theatre, he said, email marketing is dead. I can't reach my patrons and my audience via email. They don't read it anymore. I need and I want a new communication tool and channel where I can communicate directly with my audience based on their interests and booking behavior towards a one-on-one communication. And we know this all from, again, Netflix, Amazon, etc. We are always getting, based on this algorithm, the things we are interested in. We get the newsletters, messages, push notifications we're interested in. So why can't we do this for classical institutions as well? The Schaubühne, on the other hand, wanted to increase the service for all patrons, especially for donors and most loyal customers. for example, they have this Freundeskreis membership, Freundeskreis of the Schaubühne. And now the users have access to advanced ticket sales, access to a media library with interviews, discussion series, and very exclusive content for a certain constituency. Another example is the Classic Card Berlin, and as we're here in Berlin, maybe some of you know it. It's also a membership program which exists since over 25 years. It's been there for a very long time. It's a membership program for everyone under 30 from the leading cultural organizations like the Berlin Philharmonic, the ballet, the opera, etc. And for the past 25 years, the membership was a paper card membership where you got your discounted tickets last minute at the box office. And then during the past years, the members decreased. And the Stiftung Oper in Berlin, who is the consortium behind the Classic Card, decided, okay, we need a new approach. This isn't working anymore. And they made a survey among young people in Berlin and asked them, what would it take that you come more often to an event? What would it take that you'd be more interested in our cultural offerings? And the majority of the young people said, well, it's not so much about the price. It's more, I don't know with whom to go, because maybe my friends are not that interested in. It's too short notice for me because Berlin is a big city, and if I have to drive 45 minutes to the box office and then it's not sure if I get a ticket or not, it's quite uncomfortable. And third, I don't know what to expect because I know some conductors, I know some of the programming, but it's not that I'm going to the movies and I'm going to clubs. I don't know. I don't know if I can come, and I don't know how it will be there. So we also digitized the membership and made the Classic Card app. And we tried to make a huge focus on the content presentation, how we know it from Netflix and other platforms. And what made it possible to open the discounted tickets for pre-sales for the venues is that we integrated an automated age verification where you can scan your passport, you make a photo of your passport or your ID, student ID, and then there's a background fraud check. And if everything's valid, you're good to go and buy your discounted tickets. And you don't have to go to the box office anymore. You don't have to show your ID. We added community features where you can add friends to the app, share wish lists with them, purchase tickets for them. So this is, I don't know with whom to go, is covered. And also the event description with trailers, videos. We added audio samples from Idacho, the classical streaming platform, so that the people know before you go and get an idea what to expect. Because I'm already registered as a Classic Card member, I see the discounted pricing. And what's very interesting for the venues and organizations in this case, you can only buy tickets through the app if you are a Classic Card member, but you can bring companions who are also under 30 and did the age verification. And this, the age and the customer data is extracted and stored in the ticketing system. And you can also bring full price ticket buyers. So you can bring friends and family who are over 30 years. And already, and I will come to that later on again, already 30% of the turnover is made with full price tickets. So because we're often saying, okay, I can't give away always discounted student tickets and for young audiences because I need to make some money. But the good news is this is also possible with young audience tickets. So some numbers. In the last stage of the paper card membership, there were around 2,000 members, and during 1.5 year of the app, there are already now 16,000 members. 60% of the downloads convert to registered users, and 76%, and this is one of the most important numbers, are monthly active users. Why it's so important? Because it means they really use the app, and they are really present. 66% are performance visitors. So, and how did the Classic Card manage to get that successful again? Did you know that 98% of consumers believe recommendations from friends and family all over forms of advertising? And we all know that because if a friend of you recommends an event, you're more likely to go there because you trust your friend, you think your friend has a good taste. So it's most of the time a no-brainer to join. And then there is another very interesting study, maybe some of you know it, from Wolf Brown, the arts consultancy from the US, research and arts consultancy from the US. And this is a study from 2004, but I think it's more relevant than ever. Initiators and responders, and how important it is to understand their role when you are marketing your audience. Because initiators describe themselves as persons who love to organize cultural outings, to purchase tickets, and to initiate a cultural night out. Whereas responders describe themselves much more likely to attend a cultural event if there is someone who takes them with them. So they are basically interested, but wouldn't be motivated to purchase their tickets themselves or organize anything. So what we are doing, or most of marketing people do, is to make huge effort, spend a huge effort, time and money on marketing responders. But most likely it won't work because it's a personality thing. So we should try to focus and concentrate and incentivize the initiators in bringing the responders and bringing more responders. And this is, I think, this can work pretty well because classical music and joining cultural events, it's all about well-being. It's not so much, or often, or maybe in a bubble, it's of course about the conductor, the composer, the program, etc. But for young people and people who haven't been to the concert that often, it's about well-being and a new experience. And you're more likely and more willing to experience this with your friends. So another numbers. You can make it very easy to incentivize your initiators by implementing referral schemes to make it more easier to bring them. And we also know this from Dropbox, Uber, etc. I'm pretty sure you also often use referral schemes where you refer a friend and then gain a voucher, for example. And it's an acquisition channel which is very easy and which nearly costs you no money because it's your audience who does the work. So what you see here and what the stats are, and it's a Journal of Marketing from Wharton School of Business, and they found out that referral is by far the highest acquisition channel for the conversion rate, almost 4 times high the average. Referred customers are more loyal, and referred customers are proven to create larger profit margin than other customers. Is also very interesting. And at least the lifetime value of referred customers was 16% higher on average than one of non-referred customers. So, And this is also what we see in the Classic Card app, because 50% of ticket buyers bring at least one new person who haven't had a record in the ticketing system before. Outliers have motivated up to 15 new people. So this is an amazing sales force just through the social and community features. 50% use wish lists with 6 events favorited. On average, 4.5 tickets are purchased within 9 months. And as I said already, 30% of the turnover is made with full price tickets. So now that we reached the new audiences, how can we ensure that we keep them? And this is what I already said before. The most important thing is to communicate with them based on their interests and based on their booking behavior, based on their usage behavior, because we know so much about the people. And I know often people say, oh my God, that data, it's so, and I had a discussion with my friend Martin from Arena Metrics today, where people often say, whoo, data, and we don't want to use it. And but it's not the enemy. Data is not the enemy. Data is our greatest gift. Because we then know what our audience is interested in, and we can present them with content they really want to see. And also regarding all the AI stuff and all the things that are coming, I mean, former days we had posters, and then we had newsletters to all audiences, and then we had newsletters to a segmented audience. But now we have the possibility to communicate on a one-on-one basis, and I think this is pretty cool, because, as I said before, Netflix and all the other ones do it as well, or Uber, I don't know, Miam, Foodora, all the apps you have installed on your phone. So basically, it's all about creating, digital touch points to have a great tool to go into the future. And this now have been a lot of examples from institutions here in the German-speaking market, but also in the US. I think there's a lot going on and a lot of new opportunities how to target people. Also very interesting, or an interesting trend. It's not here yet, but we see in the US, it's all about upselling. So, for example, if you purchase your ticket for the last row here and then see there are still seats available in the front row, it should be, or would be great if you have the opportunity when you are already in the hall to upsell your tickets. Come to the front row. So this is also another opportunity for venues and organizations to create more revenue, and all the upselling thing, we know this already from flying and flight companies, etc. So I think all the things that are going around in other industries and sectors, we can also implement this for classical music. So challenge Netflix and co. Because if they can do it, we can do it as well. We should work with data because it's your customer, it's your data, it's your audience. And the most important thing is to understand them and understand in what they are interested in, and then send the right message at the right moment, and be with them on the screens of their smartphones where they spend most of the time. And I think it's also important to always keep in mind that people are seeking for social value. They want to spend time with their friends and their families, educational value. They want to learn something. They want to learn something about new music, about composers, conductors. They are interested in things. And the entertainment value. They want to have a fun night out. They want to have a good time. They want to relax. They want to have a well-being experience and forget all the shit what is going on in the world. And we can do that. We are here to provide that. So last but not least, let it always be our passion to bring classical music and arts and culture to the people and increase its visibility and ensure that it stays relevant, because, yeah, I guess we all believe that the world is a better place with classical music and arts and culture in it. Thank you.